Hello, and welcome back to the Everyday English Podcast. I am Sarah, and I am so happy you are joining us today for a special kind of episode. Usually we sit down and have a long chat about culture or vocabulary, but today we are doing something different. Today we are going to the gym.
That is right, Sarah, but don't worry, you do not need your running shoes or a towel. We are going to the English speaking gym. I'm Mark, and I am ready to work out.
Mark, let me ask you a question. Have you ever learned a grammar rule, understood it perfectly on paper, but then when you tried to use it in a real conversation, you froze?
Oh, absolutely. It happens to me in other languages all the time. I know the rule in my head. I can pass a test, but when someone asks me a question, my brain just stops working. I start stuttering, or I make a basic mistake that I know is wrong.
Exactly. That is what we call the fluency gap. It is the gap between knowing the rule and having the muscle memory to use it instantly. And the only way to close that gap is repetition.
So today is not a lecture. We are not going to spend 30 minutes writing sentences on a whiteboard. We are going to practice. Specifically, we are going to practice conditionals.
The famous if sentences. If I go, if I went, if I had gone. These are terrifying for many students, but by the end of this episode, you will feel much more confident using them. We have designed a 10-minute workout that you can repeat whenever you have some free time.
Before we start lifting these heavy grammar weights, Sarah, remind our listeners why this is so important for their daily life.
Well, think about it. We use conditionals for everything. We use them to make plans, we use them to dream about the future, we use them to give advice to friends, and we use them to talk about our regrets. If you cannot use conditionals, you are stuck living in the simple present tense. You lose so much color in your personality.
That is a great point. If you want to show your real personality, you need these structures. So are you ready to start?
I am ready. Here is how it works. I am going to give you a prompt. It will be the first half of a sentence. For example, I might say, if it rains tomorrow. Your job, listening at home, is to finish that sentence immediately. You have to say it out loud. Do not just think it, speak it.
And I will be here to help. After Sarah gives the prompt, there will be a short pause for you to speak. Then I will give you a few correct examples of how I would finish the sentence. You can compare your answer with mine.
We are going to move through 3 levels. Level 1 is the real future, Level 2 is the hypothetical dream, and Level 3 is the past regret. Let's start with Level 1. Mark, what is the most common mistake students make with the first conditional?
I hear this every day. Students often say, if I will go. They put will in the if part of the sentence.
Yes, that is the number 1 rule to break today. Never put will after if when talking about the future. We use the present tense to talk about the future in the if clause. We say, if I go, not if I will go.
Okay, I think we are ready. Let's form up. This is Level 1, the real future. These are probable situations, things that might actually happen.
Correct. I will give you the condition. You tell me the result using will or won't. Here is your first prompt. Imagine looking at the dark clouds in the sky. If it rains later...
If it rains later, I will stay home and read a book.
Good answer. Or you could say, if it rains later, I won't go to the park. Listeners, did you use will? Did you remember to use the present tense rains and not will rain? Let's try another one. This one is about work. If I finish work early today...
If I finish work early today, I will go to the gym. Or if I finish work early today, I will call my mother.
Nice. Notice how Mark is using will plus the verb. It is automatic. Let's try a common social situation. Imagine you are at a party. If I see John...
If I see John, I will say hello. Or perhaps if I see John, I will ask him about his new job.
Excellent. Now let's make it a little harder. Let's switch the order. Sometimes the if part comes second. I am going to give you the result, and you have to give me the condition using if. Ready? Mark, I will be very happy if...
I will be very happy if my team wins the game tonight.
I will be very happy if you subscribe to this podcast channel right now. That would make me very happy because it helps us create more lessons for you. That is a smooth request, Sarah, but it is true. If you subscribe, you won't miss our next workout. Okay, let's do 2 more in Level 1. Let's talk about money. If I save enough money...
If I save enough money, I will buy a new laptop. Or, if I save enough money, I will go on vacation next summer.
Last one for this level. Let's talk about negative situations. If I don't sleep well tonight...
Oh, that is a bad one. If I don't sleep well tonight, I will be grumpy tomorrow. Or, if I don't sleep well tonight, I will need a lot of coffee in the morning.
Great work. That was level 1. The key takeaway here is structure. If plus present followed by will plus verb. It is for real possibilities. If you do X, Y will happen.
I feel warmed up. My brain is starting to switch into English mode, but now we need to make it more complex.
Yes, welcome to level 2. We call this the dream world, or grammatically, the second conditional. We use this for things that are not real right now. They are hypothetical, imaginary.
And the grammar changes here. This is where it gets tricky. In the if part, we use the past tense, and in the result part, we use would.
Right. We say if I had, not if I have. But does it mean the past? No. It means now, but it is imaginary. That is a very difficult concept. The past tense shows that we are distant from reality.
So if I say, if I had $1 million, I am not talking about last year. I am talking about right now, but I don't actually have the money.
Exactly. So for this round of the workout, I want you to use your imagination. Everything is hypothetical. I will give you a prompt, and you finish it with I would. Let's start with a classic. If I won the lottery.
If I won the lottery, I would buy a house on the beach. Or, if I won the lottery, I would quit my job immediately.
I think many people would say that. Listeners, make sure you are saying I would. You can contract it to I'd. If I won the lottery, I'd travel the world.
Let's try a personality question. If I could have any superpower.
Ooh, good one. Listeners, speak up. If I could have any superpower.
If I could have any superpower, I would choose the ability to fly. Or, if I could have any superpower, I would want to be invisible.
Notice Mark said if I could. Could is the past tense of can. It fits perfectly here. Let's try a situation that happens in the office. Imagine you are not the boss, but imagine you were. If I were the boss.
If I were the boss, I would give everyone Fridays off. Or, if I were the boss, I would increase everyone's salary.
You would be a very popular boss, Mark. Listeners, did you notice I said if I were? In the second conditional, for the verb to be, we usually say were for all subjects. If I were, if she were, if he were. You will hear people say if I was, and that is becoming common in casual English. But if I were is the correct standard form.
Let's practice that specifically. This is a special structure we use for giving advice. If someone tells you they have a problem, you can imagine you are them. The phrase is, if I were you.
Yes, this is the polite advice technique. Instead of saying, you should do this, which can sound bossy, try saying, if I were you, I would. Let's try 3 of these. Mark, I have a problem. I have a terrible headache. What would you do?
If I were you, I would take a nap. Or, if I were you, I would drink a big glass of water.
Okay, next problem. I want to learn to play the guitar, but I don't have time.
If I were you, I would practice for just 5 minutes a day. Or, if I were you, I would wake up a little earlier to play.
Last problem. My neighbor is being very noisy at night.
If I were you, I would write them a polite note. Or, if I were you, I would buy some earplugs.
Great. This structure, if I were you, I would, is magic for your social skills. It makes you sound supportive, not controlling.
Okay, Sarah, we have done the future, we have done the dream world. Now, are we ready for the big one?
We are ready for level 3. This is the regret zone, the third conditional. This is the hardest level because the grammar gets long. We are talking about the past, things that are already finished. We cannot change them. We are just imagining a different history.
So the formula here is if plus past perfect, that means had done, and the result is would have plus the participle.
It sounds like a math equation, doesn't it? If I had known, I would have called you. It is long, but it has a very beautiful rhythm. We use this to talk about mistakes or regrets.
Let's try a simple one. Imagine I didn't study for a test, so I failed. Now I am looking back. If I had studied.
Listeners, try to finish it. If I had studied.
If I had studied, I would have passed the test.
Notice the double auxiliary verbs, would have passed. Native speakers squash this together. We don't say I would have passed, we say I would have passed. It sounds like would have. Let's try to practice that pronunciation.
Okay, let's try another scenario. Imagine you woke up late, so you missed the bus. If I hadn't woken up late,
If I hadn't woken up late, I would have caught the bus. Or, if I hadn't woken up late, I wouldn't have been late for work.
that one is tricky because it is negative, wouldn't have been.
Let's try a positive one. Imagine you went to a party and you met your future wife there. That is a great thing. But imagine you didn't go. If I hadn't gone to that party.
If I hadn't gone to that party, I wouldn't have met her. Or, if I hadn't gone to that party, my life would have been completely different.
It is profound, isn't it? We use the third conditional to think about how our lives could be different. Let's try one about food. You ate too much pizza and now you feel sick.
If I hadn't eaten so much pizza, I wouldn't feel sick right now.
Actually, Mark, that is a mixed conditional. You combined the past mistake with the present result. That is very advanced. But let's stick to the past result for now. If I hadn't eaten so much pizza, I wouldn't have thrown up last night.
Sorry, I jumped ahead. Yes, if I hadn't eaten so much pizza, I would have slept better.
Perfect. The key to level 3 is the rhythm. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. If I had known, I would have gone. If I had seen, I would have stopped. You have to practice that flow so your tongue doesn't get tied in knots.
Okay, we have done all 3 levels. My brain is starting to sweat. Is it time for the cool down?
Not yet. We have one last challenge, the mixed gauntlet. In real life, conversations don't stay in one level. We switch back and forth instantly. So for this final minute, I am going to throw random prompts at you, Mark. And listeners, you have to keep up. I will mix level 1, 2, and 3. Are you ready?
I am ready. Let's do this.
If it snows tomorrow.
I will go skiing. Level 1.
If I were a millionaire.
I would buy a yacht. Level 2.
If I had known you were coming.
I would have baked a cake. Level 3.
If I have time later.
I will help you with your homework. Level 1.
If I could speak perfect Japanese.
I would move to Tokyo. Level 2.
If I hadn't lost my keys.
I would have arrived on time. Level 3.
If she asks you out on a date.
I will say yes. Level 1.
And stop. Great job. That was intense. How did you do, listeners? Did you manage to switch between will, would, and would have?
That is the ultimate test. If you can do that, you are fluent. But if you struggled, do not worry. This is normal. It takes time to build these connections in the brain.
Exactly. You cannot go to the gym once and expect to be strong. You have to go regularly. That is why we made this episode short and focused. You should save this video to a playlist. Maybe create a playlist called Daily English Practice.
Yes, play this while you are driving to work or while you are washing the dishes. You don't need to watch the screen. Just listen to Sarah's prompts and shout out the answers.
If you do this workout 3 times a week, I promise you, within a month, these sentences will feel natural. You won't have to translate in your head anymore. You will just speak.
And if you want more practice like this, make sure you are subscribed to Everyday English Podcast. We are planning more workout episodes for other grammar points, like prepositions and phrasal verbs.
Oh, phrasal verbs. That will be a heavy workout. I am looking forward to that.
Before we go, let's do a quick cool down. Let's just remind everyone of the 3 golden structures from today.
Right. Number 1. For the future, if I go, I will see. No will in the if clause. Number 2. For the dream, if I were you, I would do it. Past tense implies imaginary. Number 3. For the regret. If I had known, I would have told you. Past perfect leads to would have.
Memorize those 3 patterns as your anchors. Whenever you get confused, go back to those 3 simple sentences.
Thank you so much for training with us today. It is hard work, but it is worth it. Every time you push through that hesitation and speak out loud, you are building the new you, the confident English speaker.
That is right. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are just proof that you are trying. Keep practicing, keep shadowing, and keep listening.
If you liked the session, click the like button so we know to make more of them. And leave us a comment below. Use the second conditional. Tell us, if I spoke perfect English, I would. And tell us what you would do. Would you travel? Would you get a new job? We want to read your dreams.
I love reading those comments. It's really inspiring.
It really is. Well, that is it for today's session. Good job, everyone. Now go drink some water and rest your brain.
See you next time on the Everyday English Podcast.
Bye for now.